Mr. Brown? Good. Mr. Irwin? Good. Call this meeting to order. Mr. Raines, can you lead us in our pledge, please, sir?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Kenny, can you please lead us in our invocation, sir?
Yeah, if you would, please bow your heads. God, you're good to us. God, we just thank you for allowing us the opportunity to serve. God, we ask that we serve with that servant's heart. We ask that you protect this town, God. May we honor and glorify you. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Brown, can you please conduct the roll call, sir?
Alderman Doug Adams. Here. Alderman Matt Simmons.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Buck McGee.
Here.
Alderman Jordan Shireen.
Here.
Alderman Mike Raines.
Here.
Attorney Neil Irwin.
Here.
Mayor Hunter Kennedy.
Here. Council, first on the agenda, we will have, I'll tell you what, 1 second. Guys, excuse the construction in progress. We got stuff all over the place. Growing pains here. We have absolutely made the most amount we can out of the space we have right here with the addition of this new office. Council members, I'm working on also getting some seating lined back up to where it's a little bit more comfortable. But we got stuff everywhere, and we're going to get it looking as good as we can and get some of the junk out of the way. So
it's like an IKEA town hall.
yeah, it just keeps coming this way. But I can promise everybody here in the council that I'm done after this because we're out of space. So that's another problem we'll talk about later, council. But so I just want to everybody here to let you know, excuse the mess. It will look a lot better the next time you're here. First up on the agenda, council, you will have, I'll be seeking approval for minutes. This will be the minutes from December the 9th of 2025, a regular council meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none, council, this time we will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of December 9th, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Continuing on through the agenda and old business, we will have accept or reject the final budgeted financial statement from November of 2025. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, is there any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time we will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the final budget for November 2025.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
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 Moving on to new business, council, you are in possession of the current budget and financial statements for December of 2025. On item number 2, we will have accept or reject ordinance 12 of 2025. This is an ordinance to enlarge the corporate limits of the town of Haughton. Are there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 12 of 2025 and enlarge the corporate town limits.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
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 Motion carries. We will continue on item number 3, a new business. This will be accept or reject ordinance 13 of 2025. It's an ordinance adopting the Haughton Fire Department purchasing and financial management policy. Is there any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 13 of 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, at this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
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 Continuing on, motion carries. Continuing on to new business, item number 4, this will be the introduction of ordinance number 1 of 2026. It's an ordinance amending the employee handbook for annualized pay program for shift firefighters. Council, this is just an introduction of the ordinance. If there's any questions, we can definitely have Chief Haughton and Mr. Gillis come up here and speak to it. But essentially, this is referring to the pay scales that we all have had implemented. And as always, the fire department is the most difficult one to deal with. And so, in true Chief Haughton and Tyler Gillis fashion, they have refined it to make sure the wording is applicable due to the complexity of 24-hour shifts that these guys work. So, everybody else is pretty easy, but the fire department is a little bit more difficult. So, council, if y'all do have any questions, more than welcome to have Chief and Mr. Gillis come up here. If not, it's just an introduction. We'll continue on through new business here. Item number 5, again, another introduction, which will be ordinance 2 of 2026. It's an ordinance creating the office of Chief Administrative Officer for the town of Haughton, providing for appointment by the mayor subject to the confirmation by town council. Council, this is something that we discussed in our workshops, the many workshops we had towards the end of last year. It's a it's more of a formality on words here, but it's well due when it comes to creating this position and the appropriate title to go with it. I don't know if y'all know, but whenever you pick up the phone and say you're the town administrator, people ask more questions than if you say you're the CEO. So regardless of Tyler being here, he's more than deserving to take the position, but I can tell you the town is absolutely in need of this position, and I'm glad to introduce it so that we can get it solidified as municipal officer, which will always be at the pleasure of the council to appoint and confirm that person. And so that's our first step, and next month we'll go to vote on it. Is there any questions from the council in reference to this or comments?
Who do you have in mind?
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. We'll see. We gotta wait till the next council meeting for that, Mr. Adams. Continue on to new business. We have item number 6. This will be the introduction of ordinance 3 of 2026. This is an ordinance setting the pay of the chief administrative officer salary pursuant to the Larson Act. Again, council, in preparation for this, when we had our workshops, I went ahead and had you establish the salary to be prepared for us to actually adopt this as a new municipal officer, and that will remain the same as you all wish during your budget meeting. Is there any comments or questions from the council on this one? Continuing on to item number 7, this will be introduction ordinance 4 of 2026. This is an ordinance authorizing the elected chief of police to receive compensation solely from third-party or grant-funded sources for special duties. We got a couple ordinances. Again, council, this will be the final introduction ordinance. You'll have your vote next month. This would allow for Chief Gibson to participate in some kind of third-party. That it's not funding from the town. I want to make that clear. Some kind of third party, such as National Highway. Am I getting that right, Chief? What?
Louisiana Highway Safety Commission.
Louisiana Highway Safety Commission would be an example, and I'm sure there's several more that could be applicable that are third party grant funding sources. Is there any questions or comments from the council on the introduction of this ordinance? Seeing none, we will continue on to item number 8. This will be accept or reject resolution 1 of 2026. This is a resolution adopting a community development block grant mitigation financial management policy for Foxskin Bayou. We are once again talking about Foxskin Bayou, but I know Tyler will go over it in his briefing to you all, but it's another step in it. and I'm gonna leave it to Tyler to kind of give a little bit more of an update as to where we're at on Foxskin Bayou itself, because it's a lot closer than what we were the last time we sat down here. So I'm glad to see that. But again, a lot of red tape when it comes to funding, the funding that we got for this, and you all have this in front of you. Are there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this resolution? Seeing none, is there any questions or comments from the council?
May not have the answer, Mayor, but I know you've waded through a lot of red tape, a lot of beaver dams. When would be a projected start date on the project?
I think we're at the point now. What did we do all of our crazy math on there, Tyler? We your bids beginning of the summer, ideally, maybe June, and then after that you get your bid solidified. It's time to get it going. I mean, you're talking about for once now we're talking about the same calendar year that we're sitting in.
Right.
So I do feel confident in that, but I think the way there's a few other variables there with this with it, but you know, summer going into fall, I'm hopeful on that one. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll continue to, excuse me, I've done all my ordinances now. We have to actually accept or reject this. No questions or comments from the public or further from the council. Council, this time I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 1 of 2026.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
It carries. Continue on to item number 9. This will be accept or reject resolution 2 of 2026. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids for the sewer inspection and rehab project. Again, Jeremy will be up here. He should have some pretty good information when it comes to that. That's kind of another long time coming project, but it's always good when I'm asking y'all for permission to advertise for bids. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 2 of 2026.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
It carries. Continuing on to item number 10 within new business. This will be accept or reject resolution 3 of 2026. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids for the abandonment and replacement of water well number 1. Thankfully to our local legislators, Representative Haughton and Senator Bass, they brought some money back home for us. This is a big one for us. Jackie can speak to the quality of water that well 1, the quality and volume that well 1 was producing, which is right at our water tower, correct, Mr. Hicks? Mm-hmm. And it's been down. It made it 2 years, made it way past its expected life, actually. And so we know we got good water there, and we know we have all the infrastructure right there, and to have this funding to be able to get that one capped off and get a new one drilled, I'm excited about it. Yes, sir.
Is that the one down on Sligo Road?
Nope.
Right here by the water tower.
Right there. So I think in the 1950s that one was originally drilled. Yeah, 55. So, but good well as we
I
grow.
think my mom and her friend probably painted on that water tower.
That's right. Very, very good producing well, and as we grow, I'll be excited to have the capacity added in conjunction with our water sector grant we have going with the new water tower and another well. So we always want to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to infrastructure, and this is a big step towards that. Is there any questions? And I will say, before I continue on, that's going to be that project, unlike some of the other ones we talked about. You're going to see that well being drilled and completed by this summer. So it's this one's a pretty quick turnaround. Not nearly the amount of red tape whenever state of Louisiana gives you a check and tells you to go get it done. So that's what we're going to do. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Any further questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council this time will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 3 of 2026.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Council this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing on to item number 11 within new business, this will be accept or reject resolution 4 of 2026, a resolution authorizing the mayor to engage Cook and Morehart for fiscal year 2025 audit. Mr. Brown over there is wincing a little bit because he just got done. Him and Miss Sykes just got done doing all the the budget and then closing out 2025, and then we get to do an audit. So same auditors that we've used prior to me taking office for several years now, and it's hard doing business. So we'll be dragging out a bunch of boxes of paperwork and show it to them. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council? Also done, council this time will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 4 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing on to new business. Item number 12, this will be accept or reject resolution 5 of 2026. This is a resolution accepting public improvements and approving final plat for Legacy Point Unit number 3. Are there any questions or comments from the council in reference to this? Because the acceptance of this comes into a little bit over my pay grade. We do have Mr. Collier here, and then we do have our engineer. So if y'all have any questions in reference to that, I definitely want to get them up here so that they can answer it. But we've been working with Mr. Reggie for we've been working with him since I got in office, and we've had some punch list things that he's got knocked out for us. And how many homes or lots are in that unit, Mr. Reggie?
88,
88. And you got 2 more to go?
252 to go.
2 more units, right?
3.
3. There you go. So he's rolling and going, and you're going to continue to see that develop and have some housing pop up out here, because DSLD doesn't they don't waste time on them. They get them up. They're a very efficient crew. But is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the council?
Are these going to be very similar to what's there now, right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You did, in some of the other phases, you did have some different specs in your initial plans for
Yes,
house.
in initial plans we did, but right now they're doing all the houses and they're keeping them the same pretty well all the way through it, 1,500 foot.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, council, this time I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 5 of 2026.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
Motion carries. Continuing on to the final item of new business, the item number 13, accept or reject resolution 6 of 2026, a resolution of intent to annex property within Bossier Parish, Louisiana, adjacent to the town of Haughton. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to this? Seeing none, is there any questions or comments from the council? Also none. Council, this time I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept resolution 6 of 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Council, this time please cast your votes.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. moving on to our report section of the agenda. First, we'll have Mr. Gillis, the current town administrator for the town of Haughton.
Good evening, council. A couple things to go over for you. Number one is, everybody knows, we transitioned at the first of the year to in-house for permitting. MGO is the software that we've switched over to, so everything can now be completed online on the permitting process. A little bumpy getting going, mainly because we were trying to do it so fast, but nonetheless, it is all flowing now, and so people can go online to haughtonla.gov and apply for a permit there, and go through it's automatically redirected to MGO software where they can go through and get those applications in. Other than that, this Friday will also be our first pay period under the new system, as we move to the bi-weekly payments, and as well as the new pay scales and all of that. So we will be finalizing everything tomorrow on getting everybody's profiles reviewed, updated, everything, and we expect that this will transition smoothly this week. So it is a little hectic though. And then obviously we are already starting to get things going on the audit, as y'all saw in the resolution earlier. The mayor will get that engagement letter sent over tomorrow, and we're starting to get everything put together. So outside of that, just around the towns, I saw the Christmas lights, all that stuff's coming down right now. So we're getting it all put up, and then that's about all I have for y'all. If y'all have any questions. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Next up, we'll have Chief Gibson with the Haughton Police Department.
Good evening. Just to recap 2025 stats, we had 2,038 service calls for the year, 508 written reports, 124 crash reports, 18 hit and runs, 3,498 citations issued, 54 domestic related cases, 458 arrests made, 161 of those were felonies, 222 narcotic charges, 28 DWIs and 30 gun seizures. We touched in November on Mike Freeman, being assistant chief, and I failed last month to formally bring that to the council. So I would like to recommend that Mike Freeman be appointed to assistant chief of police for the Haughton Police Department.
We'll Sergeant Freeman, if you don't mind coming up here, please, sir.
I would fill y'all in on his priors. I think we discussed it. We don't have all night. That man's done a lot.
That's the best way to sum him up.
That's right.
Mr. Irwin, make sure we don't mess this up, because we like to do things the right way. But council, does that require any, well, I'll open it up anyways. Is there any questions or comments from the public in reference to the promotion of Sergeant Freeman to Assistant Chief of the Haughton Police Department? That's good. Council, any questions or comments you'd like to make to that, so we can get a vote and solidify this thing and hopefully have us a Chief Freeman here in a few seconds.
Be quiet though, he knows what you drive.
Well deserved.
Well deserved, well said. I'm proud to see it, and I know it was something whenever we were going. It was pretty crazy at the end of the year, and like Chief brought up, we kind of ran all over the place, and we had spoken about this during our workshops, and time flies, and we're here now in January, and he's an asset to the highest extent for this town, and so to have him, it doesn't change what he does because he's been doing it, but to get him the title and recognition that I know Sergeant Freeman's not worried about, but some of us are. I'm really proud to see that and get that done tonight.
An added note, Mayor, if you don't mind, he opted to do this as well without taking a pay increase at this time. So that speaks volume in itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Council, at this time, I will entertain a motion for approval of the promotion of Sergeant Freeman to the rank of Assistant Chief within the Haughton Police Department.
Make a motion to approve the promotion of Sergeant Mike Freeman to Assistant Chief.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Council, at this time, please cast your votes.
Aye.
A round of applause for Chief Freeman.
Appreciate you guys, that he is a blessing for sure. Just to finish up, a few more things. Our annual toy drive, 308 kids and 85 bicycles were given to Christmas because of so many of y'all and so many wonderful people in this town. Bond of a new bank was gonna be here tonight, but they may be here in March. They gave us a grant, our $5,000 last year for crime camera. That crime camera and equipment has been ordered. It should be here pretty soon, and we'll get it up and rolling pretty quick. So, and then I plan to add some more out of some funding that I've been able to hold back for several years. So we're just slowly adding some good tools around town to help us when we need
How
it.
many do we have now, Chief?
We have, right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 crime cameras, 4 LPRs, and then a mobile LPR. Crime cameras are the way to go. And we don't use them for anything other than that. They're not here to write tickets. They're not here to look for any violations of traffic. So, unless y'all have any questions for me, that's pretty much wraps it up.
Good job.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Can you elaborate on the drug charges in town? Are these mostly out-of-towners coming in, or do we have a drug problem in Haughton?
No, sir. Well, there's always gonna be a little bit of drugs everywhere, but the majority, and I can get you percentages for next month, we'll do that. The majority of this is gonna be our guys out here being proactive, stopping cars, looking at people coming through. It's not the residents living here that's creating this problem, so, but we'll get some numbers for you next month.
I had somebody ask me about that the other day. Y'all, there's a lot of people with drugs around there. And I was like, welcome to the pilot.
Our guys work hard, man, we were blessed, that's a good officer, very proactive in this thing.
Biggest drug problem we got is kids got one arm long enough to get drugs to church.
Good problem to have.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Chief. Chief Holland with the Haughton Fire Department will be up next.
He brought me his letter. He'll be here a while.
Good evening, everybody. So it's in ordinance that every year I provide y'all an annual report. Each one of y'all should have that annual report. I'll skim through it. We don't have to go over everything. You'll see we had 801 responses, 558 of those were medical calls, 67 fires. Maintain our class 2 rating. We are in our grading year currently now. We're at 12 career. Well, we will be at 12 career as soon as we get the vacant position filled. We're accepting applications through the 16th, and then we'll first do the panel interviews, and then we'll move on in the process. And hopefully by February, we're hiring somebody. 18 new certifications. Next page, you're going to see our org chart. The only thing that's changed on our org chart, you're going to see a new branch for fire prevention. That's going to be Spencer, that's doing inspections and prevention. Then you're going to see our 2025 budget, which y'all are all very familiar with. Next page, you're going to see a breakdown graph of that budget, and the overwhelming sentiment from that is that personnel costs are the overwhelming expense. Roughly 80% of the budget goes to pay for personnel. You can see retirement and capital are the next two biggest line items. Capital, that's usually outside money getting brought in. That's not town dollars. Which brings us to grants. We were awarded $292,040 in grants in 2025. You got Walmart, Calumet, Forestry, Firehouse Subs, and the AFG grant. The equipment for the AFG grant has started coming in. We have 23 of the 26 air packs in our possession now. 3 of them are on back order because they have integrated tick devices, and part of the parts for those tick devices are on back order. So hopefully those should come in shortly. to where we can get ready to close out that grant. Once everything's received, we get it inventory and all that, I'll apply for payment from FEMA. FEMA will send us $230,000, and we have to spend that money within 30 days to not have to pay interest on it, $230,000. So we have a very particular timeline we have to follow on that.
Yeah, but who was the grant from a couple of years ago where you got rid of the big hydraulic pump that loaded around with hoses and you got the battery?
We got that from the Gary Sinise Foundation for the extrication tools. Yeah. Logistics, you're going to see our fleet and all of the caveats with each one of those fleet items. The only major expenditures on apparatus this year were the 2 F-150s. One went to Deputy Chief Palmer and one came to the Sprint truck. The old apparatus were not surplus. Prevention took Deputy Chief Palmer's truck, and the old Sprint truck is now Utility One. We'll actually have a reserve fleet apparatus for when something will inevitably slow down operations. You're going to see your 2025 graph of all the incidents and incident types. You're going to look at the year-by-year comparison. You saw a spike in 2023, and it's kind of maintained right there since then. We haven't had, in the last 2 years, substantial growth. So the call volume has kind of stayed where it's at. As Legacy Point finishes out and new developments come in, obviously this will increase. And with the new intersection, it might increase for Indians. So, training, we had 4,247 hours of training. We taught 8 certification courses, and we had 18 certifications earned by our staff. On the next page, you're going to see all of our career personnel and a list of all of their current certifications. And then next, you're going to see in the community, these are going to be the different entities that we did community involvement with during the year. And then improvements, you'll see Spencer Leon's new office, the fire prevention office. We converted the old radio room into fire prevention. With that, we are, with the state supplemental money that we received, the $75,000. First, we're about to go out for quotes on the HVAC system, and then we will also be utilizing some of those funds to convert the tool room into a new radio room so that we can get all the radio equipment back up and function. On the back, you're going to see some of the grant equipment that we received in 2025. Knox boxes, rescue struts, DeWalt tools, things of that nature. And that's it in a nutshell, unless you have any questions.
I do. How far, or how close are we to maybe being in Class 1?
3 points. Your 3 points from a Class 1, you'll achieve 2.25 points if we get full credit from the Fire Prevention Bureau. Your on-duty manning roster for 2021 was 3.3 people per day. For 2026, it should be 4.3 with those additional personnel. It is plausible to achieve a Class 4 fire department if everything goes well and our 1710 data falls in line. It is achievable. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. And the annexing, you've already looked at that?
No, potential annexing, anything the town would potential annex would be well within a 2.5 mile radius for service companies, and they prioritize response times more than they do road mile. You don't have to have a second station until 7 road miles, so we are comfortably able to handle everything. Any commercial development, we already have an aerial apparatus that will do mid-rise structures, so we should be good to go.
We'll be looking forward to Class 1 then.
Appreciate it, John.
Chief, thank you. Next up, we'll have Mr. Hicks with our Public Works Department.
All right, this is gonna be really quick. I was gonna say, well, one was putting out about 185 to 195 gallons. What it normally put out. It's good well. Real good well. So I'm looking forward to get that back.
Yeah, that's right.
Basically all we had, December's always gonna be slow for us. The digs, we have at 135 Sick Loop, we had a service line under the driveway that we had to rebore the line under the driveway that busted. 201 North Elm, air relief valve, force main was 2 inches busted underneath the force main, so we had to dig up under the force main to fix that. Irwin Street, the ditches are now completed. And at 510 Debbie, we found another clay, well, we found out that it's clay sewer line, is what it is. Well, we found another break. So we had to fix that as well. So obviously that clay is breaking about every time somebody put a service line in. That's where a lot of the intrusion, I believe, is coming from. Clay, I mean, it's just broke out. So that whole street is really bad. I think it's where a lot of our intrusion from the plants coming. 321 North Elm, it was just a service line repaired on there, lot 12. We just got back on, I mean, it's kind of a little off of it, but we just got camp design fixed. I know we already know the flush valve on the end of the street down there, at the end of the, we finally got that fixed after years. Come find out, it ain't but a 2 inch that runs through the woods. We didn't even know that. So we find new things every time we do, so. Yeah. Other than that, that's all I really have. Is there something else?
Thanks, Jack.
Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Next up, we'll have Mr. Haughton with the MPC.
Council, like Mr. Gillis talked about the permitting process, he really worked awful hard on that. And we've got one component of it to do that we have to do, and we're having a few little glitches to get something started, but I think we're getting it. But it's been a long process of getting this in-house inspection process going, so hats off to the mayor, Mr. Gillis, for getting all that together. We're also working with a developer on a development that passed a resolution a little bit earlier on the annexation. We're working with that developer right now to put that package together. The MPC also is working on the mobile food vendor permitting process. We're getting so many requests now for mobile food vendors. It's very early in stages right now, but we're going to work on it, and then when we get finished, the council will see it and see if they are agreeable with it. Gavin Spinney last night said that he was going to visit with North Cattle Medical Center this week to see where we're at with that. We know that the land has been cleared for some time now, but we hadn't saw any other activity. Trying to get some updates on that. Mayor, have you got any updates on that?
No, sir, I don't. We, last time I had a meeting with the organizational heads it was a couple months prior to them starting on that. I don't want to put words in their mouth. I think they have some construction taking place at one of their South Bossier locations, and I'm not, if I remember correctly, that might have been, to follow after this one, but even at that point, I think they were still toying around the idea, and they were going to have to wait to complete that to do this, or they could kind of simultaneously get it going. So
tomorrow, I meet with Mr. Cobb at the Bossier Parish School Board about paving the temporary lot here at the high school, getting it paved. The MPC denied another extension. And so we meet with him tomorrow to put that together for getting that lot paid. And I think that's all I have. Thank y'all. Any questions? Other than sit down?
No.
Appreciate what you do, bro.
Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Shelley. For a part-time job, he seems to somehow found himself into a very, very full-time role. So we're thankful. We're very thankful for him. Mr. Jeremy with Meyer Engineering Firm will be up next.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Hope you'll have a great Christmas and a blessed New Year. It looks like it's going to be a busy 2026 for y'all with utility improvements. Had 2 items on the agenda tonight. One of them for us to advertise for bids on the LCDBG project, which is the sewer inspection and rehabilitation for the Academy Mobile Home Park areas. And then also the water well abandonment project. That's for water well #1 that Jackie just mentioned.
Abandonment and replacement.
What's that? Abandonment
And replacement, not just abandonment.
Abandonment and replacement of water well #1. So those are set to go to bids, February 9th. So hopefully bids go well, we'll have a recommendation for y'all's next meeting in February. To get those projects rolling along. The wastewater treatment plant project, the additional funds that were left over, that one we're waiting on the USD later, should be coming any day in the next week or so, so then that one will kick off.
And that project, we have accepted bids with Axis Construction.
They come a little bit over, and there was you've taken like the road out and some other small items to get under that threshold, and you got a little bit of money that's left for contingency. I think it's around 30,000, so everything should fall into place, and should be very small amount of money left, which you'll have to try to find something. Other than that,
We got everything where we can do the larger 40 containers now.
so this again.
Where we can do I know we've talked about it, being able to use the larger chlorine containers.
That's in reference to the road improvement. Whenever that bid process took place, like everything else, and
So
the
the
construction.
ton cylinder tank.
Yep.
So now that brought the project over, so that was one of the things that I think Brad from our office and Jackie and the mayor had a meeting and tried to figure out what to cut. That was one of the items that was to try to cut. And so he's gonna stick with doing, I think, the 150-pound cylinder.
That's it. One of our hopes, that's a good point you brought up, Mr. Gear. One of our hopes with that is we do have some contingencies built in to this fund. Obviously, my intentions as your mayor is to not go over budget on anything. I'd rather have contingencies put in place. So what I'm hopeful is if we have a smooth construction process, that we actually might be able to tackle that on the backside. But my biggest concern was us actually getting that plant to come in for capacity under budget, and then if not, I feel confident that we all can plan to factor in that road next year and keep trucking along with our smaller cylinders.
There are, as he mentions, there are plans to try to make it happen. So if the funds are there, we're gonna make it happen. Even if it's just getting the base bill. Yeah. I believe that's all I have. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. I appreciate you, Jerry.
I like it coming in on the budget for the mayor.
Yeah, we're under budget on that one. So I'm hopeful that will be the ice on the cake. We'll get that road knocked out, and it's needed anyways, just for our guys. I know Jackie could testify to that. It's a little rough around there on that road, but we're making do. So at this time, any announcements, Mr. Irwin?
No, thank you.
Any announcements, Mr. Brown? Any announcements from the council they wish to make? Any announcements from the public? All right. Is there any objection to adjourning this meeting, council?
No objection.
No objection? Meeting adjourned.
Hammer time.
Hammer time.